Number 14 is using the same figure that was used in number 13, where we were given that point F is a midpoint of segment AC. So that tells us that segment AF is congruent to segment FC. In number 14, we're asked about a different triangle than we were in number 13. This time we're looking at triangle ABC, which is the large triangle given in this diagram. And this time we're asked for a perpendicular bisector. Remember, the perpendicular bisector is the only one of the segments that we talked about that does not have to go through a vertex of the triangle. So it does not have to contain points A, B, or C in a perpendicular bisector. A perpendicular bisector can also be a segment, ray, or line. So we can't eliminate any of our choices here because of the symbol above the two letters, because any of those would be appropriate. But remember, to be a perpendicular bisector, we're looking for both of those relationships, a right angle relationship and a bisecting relationship, where you're creating those congruent parts. So in triangle ABC, we have two different right angles that we can consider for our perpendicular bisector. But with this perpendicular relationship, segment BD would not be a perpendicular bisector because point D is not the midpoint of that side. So remember, we were given that F is the midpoint of that side. So we're looking for the perpendicular and bisecting relationship that goes through point F. So it's not BF. That starts at the vertex and goes to the midpoint, but it's not creating that perpendicular relationship. Remember, that is called a median when you go from the vertex to the midpoint. So segment BF is a median. We're looking for the right angle relationship at the same time. So this segment or line GF is the perpendicular bisector. So we are looking for choice D as the perpendicular bisector. So remember, BF, that's called a median. So that's a term you might need to know for your test. Segment BD goes from a vertex and is perpendicular to the opposite side, so that's called an altitude. And line BE is not anything special. That's not one of our words that we learned.